Adrian, give us that roll.
What do you want from me?
Strength plus brawl. No defense, because he's not gonna defend against it.
Confident, are you, buddy? Well, that's not an exceptional.
2 successes. So you attempt to... How exactly are you trying to get him out of the car?
Well, has he closed the door?
No, he hasn't closed the door.
Then I'm just going... I presume... Well, I just shoved someone in, so I'm probably, like, walking around to the open door, you know, grab by the shoulders, pull out of car. Knowing this isn't going to work because I'm going to grab his shoulders and they're going to turn to paste in my hands. But, you know, I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, that is legitimately what happens here. Is you literally toss 2 arms out behind you because you take the shoulders and literally pull his arms off. Within the next few moments, his arms regrow and he's just kind of like, that's getting a little tiring.
Piece by piece.
I'm not going to get anywhere at this, right?
That's because you're out of your league. I could swat you like a fly.
I just need more hands.
Keep running your mouth.
Anyways.
Or is there some self-preservation in that mind of yours?
Well, I don't know if you pulled in at the earlier. I already told the last corpses on the floor that I was basically dead man walking. I have a goal in mind, and I'm going to complete it.
And what is that goal?
Well, the question here is, do I just leave?
You still got 2 more people to pile into that car.
Yeah, well, they're negotiating with him, so they're a lost cause. And he's in the car, so the car is a lost cause too, and I can't get him out of the car. And I can't drag Alice and Rick with me, so...
Rick is just gonna say, "So you take us where you want us to go. What after that? What are your plans?"
Take you where I want. My brother. I don't need to take you anywhere. I just want you to understand what's going on, what happened to you, why you are the way you are. Now, as for why they picked you, that is another matter. Desmond over there, they definitely picked him for a reason. Very clearly his family line. However, Alice and you, I can't give you a reason why they picked you. Adrian, they picked because, well, that chittering bug is family to me as well.
Is Adrian the bug's pet and not the other way around?
I would see it as that way. Says this aloud. He doesn't care if Adrian hears it.
Well, then, honestly, like, there's not much he can... Like, Adrian is not going to cooperate with this guy at any level.
But there's apparently self-preservation involved here because Adrian hasn't just snapped.
There's a loyalty touchstone involved here, and that's what he's concerned about, really.
Just a question. When we all froze up, that was like definitely connected to the question mark scar. Like we have all
100%.
Okay, so it's not the psychic.
No, it is not the psychic. Now, as for you, he looks over at Andre. He allows you feel your muscles relax just enough for you to get basic movement. You're no longer stiff as a board. You can, move just a little bit. Probably not running any marathons. And I would say reality's probably about 50% back. So you do see the individual before you pretty clearly now. As he's sitting in the car, legs over the side, kind of leaned over, elbows on his knees as he's talking. You're muted.
Apologies. Yeah, I don't know if he actually looks like that. I'm assuming that that's just still a hallucination.
Fair enough. But at least you have, you can look at somebody to talk to instead of just a meat moss.
So, I don't know what I am. All I know is I went away and I have too many questions, and if you can answer them, and if this was you, but I'm going to ask you not to do that again.
I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to at this very moment. I'm not going to say it wasn't me. It could be a combination of things. As stated, certain malcontents messed with certain procedures. So there could be side effects that I'm unaware of.
Right.
But it is not something that I did. The only thing I did was stopped the nonsense, with the exception of any gestures over to whatever Adrian's doing at this moment, and made you listen. And listen well.
Well, you have my undivided attention.
So, as I had stated, you were injected with the opulence in a very specific way, or at least most of you are. As stated, I suspect that Desmond already had the genetic markers of the opulence. One of those genes that are turned off until the right activation. You may be of a similar situation, I'm not entirely sure. You have yet to expose that detail to me, if you are.
I'll tell you what I know. But not here.
Fine. So you now know that we are family. You guys and myself are one and the same. My condition, who said it? That they didn't want it. Who was that again?
Me? I didn't choose this.
Nor did I.
I didn't ask for this.
Believe the only 4 of the individuals that I know of asked for this. One of them is still acting like a child, and he gestures over at Adrian.
Adrian is going to the back seat to kind of, scoop his manticore up again, kind of, toss it over his shoulder, and is ignoring everything. Is now going to leave because this is pointless. He's not going to achieve anything here. And the rest of the group, well, not the entire group, but people seem to be willing to deal with this guy, and Adrian's not. So at the moment,
it's not like anybody else has an option to.
Yeah, I know, but people are talking to him, cooperating, and not also telling him to shove it. They were earlier, but they're not anymore for some reason. And now they're like, you got a taste of traitors, eh?
I don't think Rick is really listening. I think Rick is, if he could, he would be doing fingers in the ears, la 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 la.
Acceptable casualties, loyalty touched on the line, deviants are unstable, put loyalty before cohort. Sorry, goodbye.
Who's the... I'll find you. Go ahead, Desmond.
Oh. I was just gonna make it a little aside. Is like I still have one empty touchstone spot. It could either go loyalty or conviction. We'll see who gets it. Not just kidding.
Go ahead, I got a conviction touchstone spot too. You wanna play this game?
So, as stated, the disease was used to create you in some manner, or you already had the disease in your DNA. They played around with it to create a more coherent version of the mindless drones that was set loose when that altercation happened beneath the Pentagon. However, I feel as if I've kept you a rapt audience long enough. Everybody's body relaxes. I have said my piece, and I doubt violence is on your mind.
Well, I'm going to leave the car.
You were on top of Alice, so yeah, you would be leaving first.
Kind of
Yeah,
tangled
I'm gonna
up.
pull Alice out of there too, and just come on, and start running the other direction. Cause screw this.
Saw that work.
Is Sigma still there? Eyes rolled up?
Yep.
Wait, I got another stupid idea. So, did this guy come up in a car?
Yes, he on the other side of the alley.
Is it still running?
It's really jacked up. It's like four
I don't
different
care, I'm stealing
colors.
the car.
Looks like he does.
No, that car won't get me anywhere. It's quicker to walk. Never mind.
Probably backfires every 2 feet.
I was entertaining the idea of stealing his car. But
Once again, you can run, but you can't really hide. The sooner that you accept your situation, the better it is for you. Alice, are you allowing Rick to just pull you along?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if that guy was still there.
Desmond and Andre are the only two not moving away from the individual. Adrian, I do have to mention, you spent all this time complaining about not having a gun, and then you leave all the guns in the car.
I can't. Look, loyalty touchstone first. It's not like this car's going anywhere. I mean, maybe he'll take it, but I don't know. Mr. Rot probably is attached to his little beat up Cadillac.
The gun could be your new loyalty touchstone.
Oh, look at that.
Anyways, back to Desmond and Andre.
As I say, you have my undivided attention. I'll look to Desmond to see what is.
So we're family, apparently.
And
What exactly do you want with us in particular?
Would it be too coy to answer what is the American dream? To have a big, happy family? I feel like that is completely missing the point.
French, in my experience, is a string of affairs.
I offer you the same thing the opulence offers everybody. Communion, life, existence, power, a state far beyond anything that a human could ever hope for.
So we become stronger.
Oh, most assuredly, that is. You also would not have to deal with any of the side effects of the experiments that were done to you.
Was
If I recall, these individuals talked about things known as scars. Defects in the projects that they work on, hindrances. Those could be muted, if not completely negated. And this is not one of those, once again, as I said to Desmond there, this is not one of those maybe incidents. It may take time, but it is an absolute. I only deal in absolutes, and so does my master.
in my experience, something seems too good to be true. It usually is.
Too good
What are we
to
paying
be.
for this?
What are you paying for this? Well, I guess your concept of pay might be different than my own. I don't necessarily see what I gave up as payment.
What did you give up?
I mean, you can assuredly see. How many times have I had my arms ripped off in this one exchange? 3 times? Twice for one of them? Doesn't matter. I am not what you would classify anywhere near human. So I suppose you would give up humanity. You do not give up emotion. I have emotion. I feel gratitude. I feel honor. I feel remorse. Irritation. None of that's changed. Probably when I feel them has changed. That exchange with that wayward son of mine, Adrian, irritated me. I almost disciplined him. He's a petulant child and probably needs to be disciplined. Alice and Rick, I'm not entirely sure, need disciplined at this moment. They just need time to think. They will see the error in their ways. What you would also... There are only two paths here. My path, or the path that leads to death.
To me, seems that that's one path.
I am very much alive. Even in the truest sense of the word, I'm alive.
That's what I mean. One of those options seems to be preferable.
I agree. I fully agree. There are individuals in this city. They are called Network Zero. They have been nothing but a thorn in the Opulence's side since they formed. They are a multilateral conglomeration of individuals. And they must be put down. I do not ask you to do this. I feel like that is too much on our burdening family relationship here. So I will not ask you to do that. Just that, should the opportunity arise, and we make a move, you do not move to protect.
Did we know of Network Zero at this point?
The individuals that picked you up referred to themselves as Zero, or the Hour. So, while it's not 100% sure, you can certainly, make logical...
Extrapolate.
Yeah. Also, there is going to be an excessive turnover rate in the remnants that performed these experiments on you. A sort of cleaning of house. Certain individuals were getting in the way. If you have any information on a few of those individuals, pass them my way and I'll take care of them.
Oh no. If it's the people that did this to us, I want to be there.
I do want to be there as well.
All right. So this is what I propose to you. If you want to be there, I am okay with that. I wish the other 4, to know my sincerity as well. You will say nothing of this to them. I will let you know when I lead my assault, as it were. Make sure they're there so they can see my earnesty. Is that fair? Is that all right with you? I'm not going to force this upon you. As stated, forcing in this situation is counterproductive, so you do not have to worry about that.
We'll just see what hand you offer in regards to that, and let's just say that nature will take its course and how things should proceed.
Of course. I will let you know when I am ready to move. If there are... I'll even do you one better. I'll line them up for you, and you can pick and choose what's done. However, I need to prepare for things. I need to get you an answer to your question, Desmond. I'll be in touch very soon.
Hmm.
And with that, he kind of moves back through the vehicle, playing kind of Chinese fire drill, as it were, with the seats. And as he kind of walks up to Sigma, he looks over and he goes, "Thoughts on this individual?"
Have fun. You have an audience.
This body is a little bit... a little bit too old. And with that, I am going to make a roll that is going to be absolutely disgusting.
I want to see this.
So this is Dread Power, Promethean the Created. This is 5 dots. So we are going to click that. This is Intelligence. Plus that. And then Medicine.
Also, can Sigma hear us?
His eyes are rolled back into his head, so you can't get like any sort of visual.
Okay.
And here we go.
Wow.
He literally shoves his arm into Sigma's face. His arm splashes as the decayed, rotting flesh gives way, and you see it start to move of its own accord into any open orifice of the body. This takes place over the next couple of minutes before the individual that stood before you is no more. Sigma stands there and starts moving again. The same voice speaks from before. It's no longer Sigma's voice. Well, now when I get touched, body parts won't start falling off, at least for now. And he makes his way back over to the vehicle and drives off. His vehicle. So the vehicle that has all the rifles in it is still sitting there in front of Desmond and Andre. At this point, Rick and Alice, did you follow Adrian or did you go in a different direction?
Yeah, probably followed Adrian, figuring out what Rick is figuring out whether he needs to slug him in the face or not.
Adrian, are you moving with any like haste, or are they going to catch up?
I mean, I want to I want to move quickly, but I also don't want to, like drop the wounded bug. So we're moving with care, but as quick as we can.
I would say then, because Rick said he was booking it, was running, so I would say you would catch up pretty quickly.
Rick just yells, "Adrian! What was that?" And he slaps him.
You're gonna have to be more damn specific. What was that?
You just left us.
Well, you couldn't even walk. What was that?
He was holding us there. Where are you going?
I don't know where I'm going yet. All I know is that I don't know. Whatever I'm doing now, this hiding isn't going to work. There's no point in it.
Agreed. And maybe I'd rather trust you not to help us than trust them when they just stayed behind to talk to that thing. I don't know what's going on, but don't do that again.
Well, like I was saying, I think before, I'm still considering leaving this city. Going back north, seeing if I missed anything. If there's anything left up there that might have more answers. As much as I hate to say it right now, and I think I have a bigger enemy than whatever the political squabbling is under the Pentagon. I thought maybe it was a one-off thing, this sickness given flesh. If anything of what that thing was saying was true, then he trails off there and just...
Switching back to Desmond and Andre. So you're left with a vehicle full of weapons, and there was gunfire in this area, so the police sirens are coming.
Weapons might be useful. We probably should get in the car and just drive. Meet up with the others, pick them up.
Just drive. Go.
That's what we're doing.
All right.
I'm so hazy. Your driving.
Yeah, car's in perfect working condition. Wait, actually, hold up. Adrian, do you still have the keys?
He did pull them out of the ignition to say, look, these are my keys, my car.
Desmond can hotwire the car. He's got a couple of dots in larceny.
Give me that roll.
I will give you an assist. I can give you an assistance, and I'm happy to take a negative on that.
Sweet.
Hold on. What am I rolling?
This would be dexterity plus larceny.
Any modifiers, because I'm guessing things are probably still not looking.
You're probably at 75%, so I would say -1. Nothing huge.
Just to give you the lead, but gives you 1 plus 1.
+1, awesome. I think this might be good. Man.
So, you hotwire the car. You hotwire the car.
All right, awesome, cool. Then we'll just drive and try to pick them up.
Okay. Andre? And I guess Desmond here. Roll me a perception check.
Sure.
Is that negative on it, or?
No.
Oh, correct. Exceptional.
No success for me though.
As you
What did you see, Andre?
As you begin to drive,
Doing it.
the cops, the police vehicles, they don't stop where even the bodies are. They're tailing you, guaranteed. You make a couple of turns because Rick, Alice, and Adrian are moving on foot, so you can't necessarily follow them directly. I would assume you guys are not. You guys are probably taking alleyways, making sure it's hard to follow you.
I'm not going down the main road.
So that's causing you to have to make several different turns, take streets that aren't common. it's very painfully aware there has to be maybe something that was missed. In other words,
Okay.
yes, I let you hotwire the car. I did not let you disable the car's security system that is completely freaking the living hell out.
Okay. Okay.
And it's a government vehicle, so it's actually pinging the cop cars directly.
Oh, okay. I see. It's one of those cars.
You got low-jacked.
Get away
Yeah.
from us now.
Oh, they have no idea about it. They just know the cops are following them. They don't know that it's GPS'd.
Well, I hope they're smart enough to realize that they shouldn't drag the cops back to the rest of their cohort if they care about any level of trust remaining.
Right before we got frozen, I literally said we should make sure there's no bugs of another kind on the car.
We were
We were there.
You were there. You were right next to me.
We weren't talking to you though. We were busy making deals.
I thought that was before we arrived. It's, we have got a lot of guns in this car. And we're being followed. So either we get out, we can hand ourselves over, and just hope that they don't search inside.
We're gonna search inside, especially if we just hotwired a car.
In that case, I suggest punch it. And I really hope you could drive.
I mean, I've only driven twice. But I know how to hotwire a car, but I've only driven it twice.
Give me a drive, dexterity plus drive.
I'm gonna spend some willpower on this one though.
Drive. Nobody takes drive.
Nobody takes drive.
Except for cops.
I've taken drive before, and it was the one time it was useful.
I took drive. and
Ah, no
failed.
successes.
Why?
Froggy,
Okay, I need to hold up. I need to stop having it say I have a win.
penalty.
God is injured.
Yeah, reroll that.
Reroll that and hope for a 0, right?
Yeah,
That's
it. Yeah.
Only fair.
Save it for.
They're on you, and then eventually you hear, pull the stolen vehicle over.
How many cops are there?
Yes.
There's 2 for right now. Obviously, that could change in a moment. So 2 vehicles. So I guess if you want me to be specific, it'd be 4 cops at the very least.
4 cops.
You don't have a SWAT van after you yet.
Or a helicopter in the air.
There's an idea.
Gonna turn it into your own clown car.
We can get a couple of the cops away from us. Do this. So he's gonna stop the car. And he's like, just put your head down and to the back. Andre, please.
Yep.
And then once he stops, he should have his original variations back because it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna split off.
Hands out the window.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna split off 2 other Desmonds.
Desmai.
Desmai. And he's gonna give them commands to just run far, far away from the car, from the cops, really, as much as they can. That's their simple command.
So that would cause, once you've obviously stopped, both of the cop cars would stop. I would say 2 of the cops would run off, but there are going to still be 2 cops that are now approaching the vehicle.
That's fine.
And at this point,
You might have to drive.
I'm going to oblige and put my hands out the window. And as they get closer, I'm going to push down the accelerator.
With your brain. All right, give me
You're
that.
gonna have to- It's going to be the... I don't need to roll on inanimate objects.
I started to
but
say it
it's-
and then I remembered.
Yeah, it's the... I can drive, but you might have to steer. It's...
That's fine.
And, yeah.
So, Rick, Alice, and Adrian. Desmond and Andre were attempting to catch up to you in a vehicle, but you see them speeding down the street now in a very... I think it looks weird, everything. You can definitely tell there's something going on as another cop car peels around the corner chasing after them, sirens blaring.
Good. And let's go the other direction.
You know, maybe the pox man had the right idea. Tie everyone down and make them talk it out. Gosh. Can we just get everyone in a room for once and figure out what we want to do?
No.
I'm gonna be very honest. If they heard...
I just want guns, man.
If they heard that thing out at all, it sounded like they were willing to negotiate with it. I don't know if I can trust them anymore. I'll be very honest with you.
Oh, no, I agree. But, you know, maybe that wouldn't have been a problem if we could just freaking talk.
Hindsight is 20/20.
It is.
Anyways, the cops are after them, so it's not exactly a safe place to be going anyways. And I'm gonna assume at this point I can probably, drop Monster's transformation.
Yeah, you're far. I'm not.
You're just walking out of the street in Washington, D.C. with your monster transformation.
Carrying
What
a giant
time of
bug.
day is this?
This is midday. Honestly, this has been mass chaos. Like, there's already been cars going by honking. There's a guy walking down the middle of the road. There was active assault rifle fire. This entire situation is just in the gutter. Just
Bar.
yeah. It's not any worse than anything else that has happened today in DC.
We need to find somewhere to hide.
Yeah, there's ramifications that are gonna come up.
Oh, there's plenty of ramifications, because like I said last time, I have the persistent hunted condition now. Because I took conspicuous appearance, so I don't look much better even with Monster's transformation dropped.
You should wear a hoodie.
That's not at this level of Monster's of conspicuous appearance doesn't help. It's gonna be kind of awkward, because, well, whatever clothing he has on now really doesn't cooperate with a couple extra limbs.
Yeah, because he's got like 2 extra arms, right, that are kind of shriveled up or something.
Yeah, kind of like two pairs of like more insectoid sort of legs that are just kind of vestigial, kind of branching off from his spine, essentially, like everything else in the body.
Excellent. We need to get you to just go to a thrift shop and rob you a nice big trench coat.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Alice is gonna poke one of the little vestigial leg things.
Because he hasn't actually. This is it just dropped, so this is the first time he's seeing this either. So
Is this?
You're worse off than I am.
what the? Well, it goes back to my other point. I don't think hiding was going to work anymore.
I think hiding is the only option now.
We haven't been doing a lot of it.
I mean, I was kind of sort of hidden in a bed in a warehouse for the past week, if that counts.
Do you think they would let us back in?
I don't think the other buyers would be very cooperative, and after I told them basically to go to hell.
Ah. Why do you keep burning bridges?
There was no bridge there to begin with.
You didn't even try to make a bridge.
No, because
No,
they
I
lit it
don't-
on fire first.
I don't trust those people either. Like, I don't count that as being hidden because they knew where we were.
Well, they didn't know where we were. They just showed up as we were walking out.
But I
What,
believe
you mean the people in the hearse or the people that were treating you?
Oh, the people that were treated. Yeah, they knew where I was. But after hearing what I just heard, I'm not really convinced that them knowing where I was a bad thing. I don't think they're an enemy right now.
That you're referring to again? Sorry.
Hmm?
Who is that you're referring to again? Not an enemy.
Well,
Hour.
the hour.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, damn it, we do need to get out of sight, I think, for now. You're right. This alleys really ain't gonna cut it.
So on that note, where are the three of you going?
Suggestions?
Find another empty warehouse, or under an overpass, or
I know Adrian kind of complained about it last time, but I guess we could hop in the sewer until nightfall.
sewer. That's cramped.
I know someone, but I don't want to get him involved in this.
What,
Sooner take the
what-
sewers than get him in trouble.
What part of town are we in? Like, I don't need a specific like location. Just like, are we in like a residential, commercial?
You were in more
industrial-
of a commercial area.
Okay. So this is not a good spot to be hiding. All these businesses are going to be open.
I'm just going to repress my conspicuous appearance down to one dot for right now.
Okay. I need a decision on where you guys are going.
I think there's too many eyes on the streets right now. I think the sewer might be the best option, to be completely honest.
The sewers?
Or at least the entrance of one.
Yeah, like
Go down to like the, those concrete riverbeds under a bridge. Might be a sewer entrance there. I don't know.
Is Rick on board with that?
Yeah, let's just go anywhere but here.
Desmond and Andre. Where is this wild police chase going to take you?
Play GTA.
And there's one car on us now, right?
Just the one, yes.
Okay. When I say turn hard.
Alright.
Okay. And I want to get line of sight on the police car, and when I say go, I want to just hold the wheels in place so that they can't. It's kind of like holding the axle, so it just continues straight and we swing around.
All right. So what I'm gonna do here is, what is your magnitude for that variation?
2.
2. So what I'll do is I'll do that as a penalty as they try to turn with you. So they're not able to make as sharp of a turn, so they end up still going straight, but you're pretty sure that they're gonna just loop around, but you do have them off of you for now.
I say we dump the car, grab what we can, and run.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Deviant the Renegades, Children of the Plague, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcome. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, is there forgiveness for the murder that birthed you?